Okay, guys, so today we're going to do, we're going to talk about how to write the equation of a line if you're only given 2 points now. We did already talk about in our previous lesson what you're supposed to do if you're given the slope and a point. So I'm not really going to focus on that side of the notes as much as I'm going to focus on this side of the notes here, where we're just given 2 points. What am I supposed to do with those 2 points? We're actually going to use what we learned previously with a slope and a point. So we're going to use that to help us, but I'm just going to focus on this right side. I will have a picture in Canvas of both sides' notes filled out totally, so you can have them both there for you as a reference if you would like them. Okay, so let's get going into the given 2 points part here. Okay, so now if I'm just given 2 points, that means you got an x1, a y1, x2, y2. You must always need the slope first. You have to find the slope first. I can't do anything. I can't find any equations of a line without slope. So this is your recall here. You remember what slope is. Slope comes from the change in the y's over the change in the x's. So then we're going to substitute the slope, whatever we got, whatever you calculated, that you just solved in step 1, and one of the points. You just choose, do you want x1, y1, you want x2, y2? It doesn't matter. You just need one of them, just one of those points. Now you can substitute it into slope intercept form if you want to, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Or we can go straight into what we learned in our last lesson, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This one's going to give us a little bit less work to have to do, but it will also work with slope intercept form. I'll show you guys how that works. Okay, but we can also use point slope form, because point slope form, all you need is point and a slope. Okay, if you are using slope intercept form, then you're going to move on to step 3 here, and then you're going to solve the equation for the y-intercepts. Okay, so you're going to solve the equation for the y-intercepts, b, and then you're going to move on to step 4 and write your equation, what this whole slope intercept form part is here. Okay, so what I would suggest is you could, if we are doing it from here, point slope form, all we have to do is go straight into slope. Oops, let me do it better. All we have to do is go straight into slope intercept form like we learned previously. So it's a little bit less steps, but you have to have more memorized. You have to know what point slope form is. You can do everything just knowing what y equals mx plus b is. All right, so I'm going to do these both ways for you guys so you can see how that works, and then we'll try out some examples. So let's look down here at example number 3. We're just given 2 points. We want to write the equation. Now it tells us what our final answer needs to be in slope intercept form. That doesn't matter if I use point slope form or slope intercept form, if I go the pink route or the yellow route. Doesn't matter. It tells us that an equation must be written in slope intercept form. So our final answer must be in this form. Okay. And then it says it's just a line that passes through these points. This is my x1, this is my y1, this is my x2, this is my y2. So I'm going to find the slope of these 2 points. So the y's, so it's 7 minus 1 over, let's go with pink, y2, which is 1, minus a negative 2, which makes a plus 2. So what I end up getting is 6. I get 6 over 3. I get 6 over 3, which is equal to 2. Simplified down to 2. Now, I can put this in point slope form or slope intercept form. I'm going to show you guys both ways how to do this. So I'm going to show you guys, this is the pink path. This is going to be the pink pathway. This side here is going to be the pink pathway. So if I substitute into y minus, just choose a point. I'm going to choose the 0.17 because they're all positives. So that's the point I'm going to choose. So it's going to be y minus 7, because that's my y, equals 2, that's the slope, times x minus 1. To get this in slope-intercept form, I just need to distribute. So 2x minus 2, y minus 7, and then add 7 to both sides. And I get y equals 2x plus 5. So that's if we go the pink route. If we go the yellow route, which I did tell you guys, I would show you guys how to do that. So here's the yellow path, where you don't have to know the new parts. You just have to know what slope, well, y equals mx plus b. So I know the slope is 2, according to what we figured out, and I'm still going to use the 0.17. I'm going to substitute that into y equals mx plus b. Using this is my x and this is my y. So, excuse me, this is going to be 7, that's my x coordinate, equals 2, that's my slope, times 1, plus b, and now I solve for b. So 7 equals 2 plus b, b is equal to 5. So I know what my y-intercept is right now, it's 5. All right, so I know my y-intercept is 5. So now, according to this, we solve for the y-intercept, and then we write our equation in slope-intercept form using the m. So now I know what m is, and I know what b is. I know m is 2 from up here. I know the b is 5. And so now I can write my equation in slope-intercept form. So it's y equals m is 2, x, plus the y-intercept is 5. So you can do it either way. I don't know if one way is easier than the other, but I happen to prefer probably the pink path. But if you prefer the yellow path, you could do it that way as well. All right. Let's look at the next equation down here, or next example down here. Same idea. Write an equation in slope-intercept form, meaning that our final answer needs to be in slope-intercept form. And it passes through the points negative 3, 1, and 6, negative 5. So the first thing I want you guys to do is find the slope, hit pause, find the slope, and then come back and we'll double check to see if you got that right. All right, let's see how you guys did. This is my x1, y1. This is my x2, y2. The slope for this problem here is going to be y2, negative 5, over y1, which is minus 1, over x2 is 6, minus a negative 3, which makes it a plus 3. So this is going to become negative 6 over 9, simplified, that becomes negative 2/3. So our slope is negative 2/3. All right, I'm going to let you choose. If you want to go the pink path, you can do the pink path of the point slope form, or you can do the yellow path. You choose, and we should both get the same answer when we're done. So you guys do that, and we'll come back and double check. All right, let's see how we did. So I know the slope is negative 2/3. It doesn't matter which point I choose because both of them have a negative in it. So I'm just going to choose the first point because it's right there. So it's negative 3, 1. That's what I'm going to use for my x and my y. So y minus 1, because that's my y, right, equals negative 2/3 times x plus 3. All right, so I'm going to distribute, and I get negative 2/3 x minus 2, because the 3's cancel out, y minus 1, and then I add 1 to both sides, and I get y equals negative 2/3 x minus 1. So we know that's the answer I should be getting on the other side. Let's see what happens. So I know we're going to use a slope of negative 2/3, and we'll use the same point, negative 3, 1. All right, so we're going to now put it in y equals mx plus b. So y is 1. Negative 2/3 times negative 3, that's my x, that's my y, plus whatever b is. We're figuring out what b is. According to this, my 3's will cancel out, but that makes a negative 1. So this is going to be 1 equals 2 plus b, and b is going to equal negative 1. So I'm going to use m of negative 2/3, b of negative 1, y equals negative 2/3 x minus 1. So either way will work. I would let you choose whichever way you want it to go, whichever one you want. But that's how you do when you have 2 points. The first thing you need to do is find the slope. You got to have the slope first, or else either way won't work. Pink path, yellow path, it does not matter, okay? So always find your slope first, and then it's up to you. It's your preference. Do you like point slope form better? That happens to be my preference. Or do you like slope intercept form? And then you just have to solve for b and do one more substitution at the end. Totally up to you. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.